didn't expect to be in Oakland. And I've just been at services all morning with people I love in a very beautiful environment. So I know some of you were there, some of you were Zooming, some of you were in other places. So we have now just arrived all here together. And I invite you to exhale, just to let go, one layer. I often say exhalation is like the Shabbat of the week, of our body. Shabbat is the exhalation of the week. And Yom Kippur is a time to also to exhale and to really allow that exhalation to go into our souls. In Hebrew, the word for breath is neshima. The word for soul is neshama. So when we connect with our breath, it's a way to connect with our soul. So I invite you just to take a moment to arrive here. And I will say that this is a gentle class, gentle movement, and I know there's people with different backgrounds, different abilities, people I know, people I don't know. So I really invite you to take in what works for you, do what's right for you. Everyone is welcome, and very important to be kind to yourself. The theme this year at Kehila has been finding holiness. And our bodies are truly a holy place. I mean, all the amazing things that our bodies do. And I encourage you as we go through this practice, and also not just in this practice, but in general, to recognize the holiness that is your body. And just invite you to start by moving in any way that you feel like you want to move, whatever you want to do. Standing, sitting. We're going to start with standing practice, but you can be wherever you want right now. Just move around. What does your body say to you right now about what feels good to move? And I'm going to welcome everybody. I'm Sandra Razieli, and coming from Kehila, where was my home, and I still feel like it's my home congregation. So I'm really happy to be here. So just go ahead and move, breathe. Good. And for those of you who are just coming in, we're talking about the theme at Kehila this year is finding holiness. And our body is a holy, holy space. Whether you consider yourself, that your soul is separate from your body, your soul is a part of your body, those can be interesting discussions. But right now we just get to be present with our body. And so I invite you to give yourself a little sensory input by just giving some little rubbing in different places that feel good. Especially places that you know you want to move. There's a saying in what I call the neuroland. We say we do sensory before movement. We do things to touch, which help our bodies absorb movement better. All right, so any place that you feel would be good to get some touch. I'm just going to close the door so there won't be the noise. And then I'm going to invite you to start by moving a specific area. Start with your left collarbone area and do a little tapping. So one of the things we do this time of year, right, is clearing things out. And a way to clear things out in our body is to get our lymph flowing. So we tap and then give a little circle.
You see you?
And there's 6 major points. Yeah, I'm going to ask everybody to mute because we got a lot of people here today. And if we need to, I'll just mute everybody. And then go to the other side. So there's 6 major points in our body where our lymph flows through that we can have access to creating some movement here. That's the other side. And then we go by our neck. So give a little tap up and down your neck, gentle, whatever feels good for you. And then give it a little rub. And then go right around your left armpit. Some people, we call it the arm cove. A little tap and a little circle. Yeah, we clear things out, sweep them out, go to the other side. Bring in the newness. We do that in our body, we do that in our breath, we do that with our souls this time of year. Give a little rub here. And then we'll go just around the belly area, a little tapping. And then a little circle. 2, 3, 4. And then we go to the inner thighs, tapping. This is a great thing to do before going to bed. You can just take, you see it doesn't take very long. And a little circle. And last but not least, we go behind the knees. Get a little tapping. And a little circling. Good. There's a song, I don't know if we sang it this year, but it's like, sweep them out. So let's just do a little sweeping out. Let them go, let it flow. Sweep it out, let it go, let it flow. I can hear Julie singing this. Sweep it out, let it flow. Go. Okay. So another thing in Yom Kippur, part of that sweeping out is finding kind of those crinkly places where we want to let go. And that can be in our joints too. And there's actually 6 places in our joints that can really make a sense of letting things flow even more. So we're going to start with our feet. I think you can see me okay. We're going to start by doing some ankle tilts. Those of you who've been in my classes have done these many times. Go ahead and take your right foot forward a little bit and put your hands on your hips for a moment to find your spine. Grow your spine up a bit. And then rotate your ankle, tilt your ankle a little outside. Just a few ankle tilts there. And then if it feels good to do it the other way, do it the other way. For some people it is, some people not so much. I'm going to just stick with one direction. And then switch legs. Take your left foot forward a little and do a few ankle tilts there. And see if the other way feels good. If not, skip the other way. You get to decide. All right. Then come up onto the ball of your toes and shift your weight a little into your toes as long as that's not causing pain. And then little circles just around the tops of the foot, little circle. There's all those little bones there. That's definitely a place where it can get really kind of crinkled up and create movement in there, get things to flow, switch directions. All right, and then we go up a little. We'll go up to the other side. Same thing on the toes. And circle. And then switch directions. All right. Good. And then take your feet a little wider, a little parallel to each other. Hands on your hips. And let's lift the toes. As you lift your toes, you can close your eyes if you feel comfortable with that. Root down the base of the toes, the heel. So the toes lift. And then engage the muscles of your legs. And that may help give support to your spine to lengthen up. Bring your toes down, take your hands behind your head. Press the back of your head into your hands and lengthen up again. And then take a moment, wiggle your toes. So the toes, the feet connect us down towards the Adama, towards the earth. You might even imagine roots of a tree, a living tree, an Eitz Chaim. Another word for Torah. We get to be Torah too, because we are Torah. So you feel your roots. And then lengthen up El Hashamayim, towards the heavens, towards the sky. And go ahead and reach your arms up. So we keep that length. We are the connection. We as humans are the connection from the earth to the sky. We keep that length. And then bring your hands on down. Give a little tap around your hips. Biggest joint in our body. This one, especially, you've been sitting a lot today. It's a good one to move. So we're gonna do a few hip circles where you take your hips first to the right and then circle around. Keep the spine long as you go. And just circle around a few times. All right, and then we'll switch directions. And come back to center. Find that connection again. Lift your toes from the Adama, the earth. We feel our roots, our Shorashim. We lift up towards the sky. Keep that length. Bring your toes on down. And then give a little tap around to your heart. Encourage that area to lift up a bit. Our lev. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. But right now, to feel that. And then lift. I call this a robin in springtime for those of you who've been in my classes. We lift up here and then go ahead and round a little bit, round the back. So we open up the front of the heart and then we open up the back of the heart, going back and forth. So the shoulders move along the way. We're actually moving from the spine, Chuta Shidra, which is really what connects us so much towards the heavens. And maybe sometimes we don't want to go there. We're afraid of that, so we round. All right. All right, so two more. So feel again the Adama, El Shamayim, and now we're going to go to our wrists. So we're doing these 6 different places in our body, 6 joints, areas that really help create greater freedom. So go ahead and circle your wrists, different than circling your hands. So encourage the wrists to circle around. Good. And then go the other direction. Ooh. And if you want to be a little flowy, you can move the wrists around as you circle them. Okay, and then we come to our fingers. Something that we bring little waves to them. Just wave them in and out. Yeah. And then let's do one at a time. Our fingers are so important. The second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Yeah. You may hear a little crackling, fifth finger, and then the thumb. Let's do it again. Do the thumb a few times. And then second finger or first finger, depending on what instrument you play. Third, fourth, and fifth. Good. Then wiggle around. So we've got those joints that we cleared out a bit. Now I invite you to just come onto the base of your tips of your toes just a little bit and bounce a little. Let things flow out. You can shake. Feels good. If being on your base of your toes doesn't work for you, you can bring your heels down and bounce from your knees. Okay, and then let's take the feet a little wider and begin to move from side to side. Just gently, as you do, lift your opposite heel. So I'm thinking of Yom Kippur. Tshuva means return. return. It is very important to continue to turn, just for our spine, the health of our spine, turning, the health of our vestibular system, turning, movement, is treating ourselves as holy when we do these movements. Okay. I invite you to, let's come back to that standing. Lift your toes, bring your hands to your hips, encourage your spine to lengthen. And then reach your arms up. And then let's take the right one down, do a few big circles just with the right arm. Get that joint moving. You can bring your toes down if they're still up. And then the left arm. All right, and now it's time to take up a good amount of space. Take your legs wide. Take your arms wide. From the center, reach out into the sense of bigness of the universe. I invite you to take a few breaths here. Go ahead and turn your gaze to the right and turn your palm to face down and reach through your fingers there. Squeeze all the muscles you can find. And then turn your palm back up and look out over the other side. Turn to the left. Reach out through the fingers. And then turn the palm back up. Come back with your head to center. And bring your hands on your hips and bring your feet back together. Let's find that standing again. Those of you who were at Kahila last night, Rabbi Dev talked about that the opposite of fear is love. And that at the center of our prayer, as many of you know, is the Shema. But to get there, we're surrounded by love. So I'd like you to lift your toes again. Feel the base of the toes, your heels, rooting down. Encourage your spine to lengthen. And then bring your toes on down. So before we say the Shema, we always have a song about love. I'd like you to bring your awareness to the back of your heart. That prayer is about receiving love, receiving a great love. If it works for you, imagine someone that you love. It could be a human, an animal, a place, something touching the back of your heart. And take a moment to receive
From Kahila.
Ahava Rabbah. Ahava Rabbah coming in from your heart. And from there, that's when we get to say the Shema. We receive that love first. Ahava Rabbah Ahavtanu. We receive love. And from there we can feel a sense of connection. And I will sing the Shema. You're welcome to say it with me. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Now I invite you to place your hand on your heart, because the instruction that we are given, as we feel that connection, we pay attention, we feel the connection of oneness, then what we do is to give love, ve'ahavta. You shall love with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might, with all your entire being. So that is a journey of our tradition, to feel that love, to help dissipate our fear. I invite you to take a moment to breathe with that. And perhaps the experience of love, the experience of connection can enhance an experience of expansiveness. So I invite you again to take your legs wide, take your arms wide, take up a good amount of space. Bring in the neshima. And maybe even while you're taking up a good amount of space with your legs, bring your hands back to your heart. So as you take in the neshima, the breath, may it touch your neshama, your soul. And then bring your hands onto your hips. Take your right leg, your left leg, turn your left leg in, turn your right leg out. With your hands on your hips, we're still having that connection from the earth to the heavens. You need to bend and straighten your right leg a few times. Be kind to your knee. Remember the ankle tilt we did at the very beginning? Can give a hint of that on the back leg. That will give you stability. All right, and then let's just hold here for a moment. Find that ankle again. And take your arms on up. Okay, reach out through your arms, look out onto your right arm. So as we're in this position, known as in yoga, Virabhadrasana 2, a warrior pose. It does remind me of what we're doing on Yom Kippur. Stay here. If you feel you need to come out, please do. I talk. The back leg grounds us in the past, grounds us in our tradition. The center, our spine, is where we are right now in the present, experiencing this moment, this day, 5786 of Yom Kippur, which is preparing us, right, to look out into the future, to create a better future. One of the reasons we do this practice, to go internally, to be with community, to connect with the past, be where we are, and looking out, creating a better future for us all. And then we'll come back up, hands on the hips. Invite you to go the other way, up and down a few times, getting that joint engaged. All right, and on this side, we'll just hold in quiet. Let yourself feel a sense of your warrior on Yom Kippur. And then go ahead and release. Hands on the hips. If it feels good for you to hinge forward, go ahead and do so. You might go part way, you might go a little further. Might be on your fingertips. And then make your way back up to standing. And one more time, let's feel that connection from the Adamah El Hashamayim, from the earth towards the heaven. As you stand here, let yourself receive the Ahava Rabbah. Allow that to support sense of wholeness, which from there you can send out love. Right. And then I invite you to take that into a sense of movement of chesed, of loving kindness, just a sense of flow. Bring that flow into your body, treating your body with kindness, with chesed, because you are holy. We are all kadosh, filled with kedusha, a sense of holiness. Take that holiness with you as you come to lie down. We're going to come to lie down on your back. All right, with your knees bent, we're going to do a little breath practice to connect a little bit more with the breath. So go ahead and gently lie down. You can see me, yes. And bring your hands onto your lower belly. And allow your exhalation to be a little longer. Allow your neshima to flow. And here you might experience a space after the exhalation, before the inhalation, a moment of quiet. A moment for the neshima to touch the neshama, the breath to touch the soul. So I'm going to share a practice to help the breath flow even more smoothly. That requires a long exhalation. I'm going to explain it once and then I'll do it with you. On the inhalation, we'll take our arms overhead, wherever feels good to be overhead. On the exhalation, we tip the pelvis so the lower back comes onto the floor. And we exhale everything out until you can't exhale anymore. And when you get to that point, you try a little more, and then you let go and bring your hands back. So I'm going to invite everyone to do that. I'll do it with you the first time, and then you can do it 2 more times at your own pace. And when you're done, rest your hands on your belly. So we inhale. And then on the exhalation, tip the pelvis, let everything out through your mouth. It might sound very loud, it might make a funny noise. That's part of it. When you're complete, you bring your hands back. Take a regular breath or 2, and then do it again. And you can place your hands again on the belly. Make a nice inhalation. Exhale, and then we move around what I call tetrasana. We just move our 4 limbs around different directions, any way that feels good for you. Take a little time moving around. Maybe you have memories of playing on the floor. Maybe you play on the floor now. Just lying down on the floor is actually kind of countercultural and a great thing to do. Then let's make our way up to sitting. Find a place, a way to sit where you feel supported. See, and if you want to sit on a chair, you could sit on a chair too, either way. If you're on the floor, you can cross-legged. And we'll find our roots again. Ground down with us, the sit bones. We lengthen up towards the heaven. And in a way, like on Yom Kippur, we've had all of Elul and Rosh Hashanah to prepare for this day where we really go deep. And part of that, it is, or correlation is, before we turn, before we go to tshuva, before we return, we try to find a sense of connection from heaven to earth. And in our bodies, before we turn, we want to find the length in our spine. So once we find that, then we can do the turning. So I invite you to take your right hand to the left side of your navel. We're going to turn from our kishkas. We're going to turn from around our belly, not from our head, not from our neck, but from deep within. So inhale. And then on the exhalation, slide your hand across the belly. When you finish your exhalation, stop there. Inhale expansively. And exhale a little more deeply. Take your time at your own pace. Your left hand comes to the right knee. The right hand comes behind your back. Allow your jaw to soften one layer as you turn, as you return. One more inhalation here. And on your exhalation, unwind back towards center. And we'll go to the other side. Left hand on the right side of the navel. Inhale. And then exhale, begin to spiral. Take your time. Right hand on the knee, left hand behind your back. And then unwind, return back to center. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Take that breath in. We're going to come onto all fours, onto our hands and knees. A little bit more exploration, some of those areas, right? Towards the afternoon of Yom Kippur, we find those last areas that we want to kind of clear out. So we're going to play a little with our spine. Those of you know cat-cow movements. We're going to go up and down with the spine. Go ahead and take your sit bones down, round the spine. Go slowly. Your back of your heart reaches up towards the heavens. Let yourself stay here for a moment. Let your back of the heart receive the ahava rabbah, that great love. And then we switch directions. Go slowly here, one part of your spine at a time. When you feel you're about to lift your head, instead of lifting your head, take your shoulders away from your ears first. Then you can open your heart a little bit more forward to lift your head. Ve'ahavta, ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha. You can send out v'chol levavcha, with all your heart, uv'chol nafshecha, with all your spirit, with all your soul, uv'chol meodecha, with all your might. Right? And then go back and forth at your own pace between the two. If there's a place along the way you feel a little more stuck, spend a little time there. Clear that area out, sweep it out. And then come to neutral. Tuck your toes under. And from here, reach your hands as far forward as they will go, where it feels comfortable for you. And then lean back, getting that length in your spine. Bring in the breath, the neshima, the she'ifa. And then allow yourself to surrender into a child's pose if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, come to seated. You can have your hands in front or behind. Allowing for a longer exhalation. And then for those of you who enjoy downward facing dog, getting a little more length in the spine, you can come up and do that, or you can return to the puppy pose, or stay in that surrender position. Wherever you are, encourage your breath to flow. All right. And then let's transition to lying down on your back again. And have what you may want for relaxation pose nearby, because we're on our way there. Go ahead, lie down on your back. And take one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Beten v'halev. Feel the flow of your breath. As you exhale, allow one more layer to let go. One more layer. Something you don't need to hold on to. And then take your feet a little bit wider. And we're going to take your left knee towards your right heel, come into a very gentle twist. Another opportunity to turn and return. Come back up to the other side. And come back up. Take your right ankle over your left thigh. Let's come back to that ankle joint again. Give it a little circle. Switch directions. And then give a gentle touch to your right thigh. And then you can stay here if you feel that this is a nice feeling stretch for you, or bring your left knee in towards your chest. And move the left leg around. We go back to that big joint in our body. And then release, left foot on the floor, right foot on the floor. Change legs. Left ankle over the thigh, circle the ankle. Switch directions. And bring your right knee towards your chest. Okay. And place the right foot down, left foot down. And go ahead and take your legs, extend them out, reach your arms overhead. Take a nice reach and stretch. And if there's any other movements you'd like to do before we come into relaxation pose, please go ahead and do so. And when you feel ready, bend your legs, put your legs up on a chair, or keep your knees bent, whatever feels best for you. Take your arms by your side. With your eyes closed. Come back to your breath, come back to the neshima. Now allow your neshima, your breath, to nourish your neshama, your soul. And let yourself be guided towards relaxation, menucha. And then slowly and gently, bring your awareness back to your body, back to your breath. Feel the flow of the breath. That life force, the Elohai, Neshama Shanatata Bi Tehorahi. That breath that connects us to our pure soul. And bring a little movement to your fingers. Bring a little movement to your toes. Reach a little through your arms. Reach a little through your legs. Bend one knee at a time. When you're ready, roll over to your side. And make your way up to sitting. And as we connect from the earth to the heavens, let yourself again receive the Ahava Rabbah, the great love. Allow that to help you pay attention to connect with what is important to you so that you can send love out, Ve'ahavta, to the world and to yourself. We'll bring our hands together over our hearts. And my blessing is a sense of wholeness as we enter into this new year. May, as those of you who heard Ev speak about, may you keep the joy that is within you. May you keep the love that is within you. May that protect us from fear, and may we feel the holiness that we are. Shalom, 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 shalom. I wish everyone a Gemar Chatima Tova, a good sealing for this coming year. Those of you who are going to Rabbi David's talk, that's going to start in about 10 minutes. If anyone has any questions, I've got a couple minutes I can answer. Otherwise, I wish you a wonderful, good year, and I hope to see you again here next year or before. Okay, Gmar Chatima Tova, everybody.